This is Yamaha's brand new MT09, the SP version, the top of the range naked bike from Yamaha. And it's just coming to South Africa, one off for Yamaha South Africa to test the waters with this bike in the market. Some updates that have been made from the previous gen, which I absolutely loved. I was really interested to see where Yamaha were going to improve their already really good MT09, and what they've done is they've given it a little bit more refinement everywhere. They've saved almost 4 kilos on the overall package, given it a smoother power band in the rev range. The 3-cylinder motor once again is the highlight of this bike, but this time 117 horsepower, close on 118, and 98 newton meters of torque is where this bike has really come to life now. And like I said, it's a lot smoother, a lot easier to handle. It just wants to go and have fun with you. That torque that's available from the bottom end is absolutely sublime. So that is the real highlight of the MT09. Then of course updated suspension, KYB front forks up front, and the Öhlins rear shock at the back. That is on the SP model, the upgraded suspension compared to the base MT09. Braking's also been updated. They've added the R1 inspired braking system at the front, and it works like a treat. I was kind of worried with the SP model, you want the top spec stuff, you want Brembos. Didn't even feel it out there. Brakes work perfectly. The ABS sometimes interferes a little bit too much, but gets the job done. That's what it's there for. Overall, the bike does, you can feel it's a lot lighter, it's a lot easier to flick, and we tested this, we put this to the test, because there's nothing worse than when journalists take a bike out, do a road ride, and they say, yo, the handling's sharp, when you don't even go around proper tight, twisty corners. So we did that, we did the road test, but we brought it out to Formula K, a kart track, to really see how the bike handles, and it handles really well, but there is that little bit of float from the front end, that naked bike float as we call it, that comes with all naked bikes. You really do have to do a little bit of suspension setup on the front to keep it a bit more planted, but overall the way it flicks through the turns is really good. It's a lightweight chassis and it works really well. Overall, I think the design, I think they've got it wrong in some areas, to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of the new headlight. I prefer the old styling there, and then little things like the hooter just sticking out there by the forks, and the regulator at the back there just being shown, and 1 or 2 nuts and bolts. Some design flaws on this bike in my opinion. Love the new little TFT dash. I think they could have gone maybe a little bit more expensive, gone like with an 890 big iMac type thing, but it's got everything you need and want on it. So simple and effective is where they've gone with that, and it works. Addition with the cruise control, not really too sure why you would want that on a naked bike when you don't do open road stuff. And if anyone asks me how the wind protection is on this bike, I will slap you, because you never ask that on a naked bike. But yeah, the cruise control, kind of a question mark for me. I don't know why you would put that on there, but traction control, every other electronics you could possibly want with the riding modes. And like I said, this thing in mode 1 with traction off, you know about. That torque right at the bottom is proper cool. This front end doesn't need much effort to get up in the sky. And overall, enjoyed the bike. Is it that much different to the old one? You can feel the lightweight, you can feel the smoother power delivery and that, but I'm worried with the price. We don't have a price on this yet as they're testing the waters here in South Africa, but if this bike is going to be 215, 220k, I kind of think it's going to get lost compared to its rivals in that middleweight naked bike segment. So we're going to have to wait and see what price tag comes on this bike. But overall, really impressed. Love riding MT09s. Yamaha's MT09s have always been exciting, always been fun, always been edgy, and that's exactly what the new SP is.